Hello and welcome back to my Vampire Survivors series, where I try to unlock all of the things. Today, I am playing a character that I've played before, since I've got most of the characters unlocked already. Well, I mean, I pretty much have all of them, except for these two, and so I'm going to try to unlock one of them today by playing Menya. Now, I don't know how this is going to go down, but I'm realizing just now, Menya actually gets an extra 10% cooldown, which is pretty nice. Let's get extra luck, extra banish, and extra might. So, Menya seems pretty good, I won't lie. We're going to see what kind of a build we can go for. Their whole thing is that whenever they kill a bunch of enemies, they go like Super Saiyan mode, right? Now, I don't really know what to build with them. I think in general, just things that care about area are probably good. I think maybe I'll try to go for like the bouncy wands. Like magic wand, fire wand. And then maybe I'll go for like axe. I don't know what else I'll get, but I'll figure it out as we go. For now, though, I kind of think I just want to get the beginning. Or I'll take Awake. You know what? I think it's best to go for survivability in the early stages. So this character's weapon is quite powerful. The only problem is actually like hitting enemies, as you can see. Right now, my goal is to kill like as many enemies as possible, right? Because I need to kill a ton of enemies in order to unlock the extra character. I need to get 100,000 kills. I don't actually know how many I've gotten in previous runs before, but yeah, that's what I need to do. Okay, oh, and there we go. We just went Super Saiyan, bro. So that's pretty good. Oh shoot, I have so many weapons still banished. I always forget about that. Okay, we're gonna quit. And we're gonna do it all over again. Oopsie. I always forget about that. So I don't want the whip, don't want the knives, don't want the cross. I guess a tracked orb could be good. I don't think I want those though. Reduced area and reduced cooldown. I guess lightning ring could be good as well. Axe, fire wand, holy wand, lightning ring. Maybe we'll just go Labora instead of Ruin Tracer. I mean, Labora is pretty good. Figure it out. Alright, well, take two. Maybe next video I won't forget about that. Yeah, and now that I'm thinking about it, I don't know. Am I gonna, you know what, yeah. I was thinking like, am I really going to go across the entire map trying to pick up all the stage items? And I think I actually will this time around. Just because it feels good to have arcanas that actually give you like damage or extra stats. Like technically Awake doesn't give damage because it gives the extra revives. Unless you use the extra revives, then you will get more stats. But, you know, it also just helps ensure that I don't, like, immediately lose the run, right? Anyways, we're on a little bit of a take two right about now, so... Yeah, I think I do want Santa Water. I don't even remember what it was. So it was Santa Water, Fire Wand, Axe, 4 Seasons. And then some other crap probably. Magic wand. And then there's one more weapon that I wanted. I don't think it was Rune Tracer. Oh, it was Lightning Ring, right? Yeah, whatever. We can go Lightning Ring, I guess. I don't know if it'll actually end up being good, but... Alternatively, we could go Rune Tracer with no future instead of Lightning Ring. Might end up being better. Hard for me to say. Okay, we need to get below the enemy so our axes actually do something. So what I do like about Four Seasons is that it does crazy damage, and then it does that, apparently. No, that was the passive of our character. It's quite powerful. My god, our tome is almost maxed out already. Oh my lord. Okay, well, we have a maxed out tome, so kind of hard to lose with that, to be honest. I do kind of want to wait to evolve Four Seasons until, like, the end, because the more area that you get, the further away from you it goes, and that just doesn't really feel that good. Candy box. Okay. I mean, is Magic Wand actually good to take? Maybe I don't even want the things that I was saying I was going to take earlier. Well, no, I kind of do want the things that I said I was going to take earlier, though. So, let's go and take the Fire Wand first. We'll get Magic Wand last. Oh my god, see, this is what I don't understand about this character, is like, if you just... Is it possible to just keep proccing the Super Saiyan mode? Especially with maxed out Charm and Curse, like... So many enemies are going to keep spawning. It's like, what is the actual trigger for triggering this event? I don't know. I think I said at one point that I would research it. I obviously did not. But it's pretty disgusting, as you can see. It decreases our cooldown by a bunch. I think it increases might by a bunch. Obviously it increases move speed as well. So it's just like super strong. Yep, and it's just never stopping. It's just continuously proccing. So, you know, we might have a one run just off of this. That being said, I don't actually know what items that I want to be taking here. Because a lot of the items that I need for my build, I can actually pick up as stage items, right? Candelabrador, Spinach, Attract Orb. All of them I can pick up as stage items, so I might just take like Crown and maybe like Spellbinder or something. I don't know. I took the Bracer already because it works really well with Labora. And honestly, that was one of my motivations for taking the Rune Tracer over Thunderloop or Lightning Ring, because I wanted to get more use out of the Bracer. Because the Bracer is not like the most insane item in the world, but with certain weapons it's really powerful, like King Bible it's really good with. So, I don't know. Spellbinder similarly is not going to be that useful actually, but you know, it'll work with Labora. It might work with like Rune Tracer, and then maybe if we end up getting like... Oh, I should have upgraded the crown actually. That was my bad. Maybe if I end up getting like a candy box or something, I can get the Bible or something. I don't really know. We're kind of just playing it all by ear, but at the moment our run is seeming pretty good. We've already killed 12,000 people at 3 minutes in, so you know, I'm feeling decent about getting a 100,000 kill run here. Although, like, that's not necessarily my top priority. Well, it kind of is, but my main priority is just winning the run. Because if I'm able to do that, then I can move on to other characters. If I don't get a win, then I'm going to force myself to keep playing this character. That's how it goes. Okay, don't question it. But man, this is feels pretty good to keep activating this. I won't lie. I actually don't even know like what other items we can get. I guess Tarona's box would be like one of the only things that we can get. It would be good for sure. Like there's not really ever a downside to taking Tarona's box, at least if you banish it or it hits level 9. So I might just do that. If I see it, obviously. Which who knows if that will happen. What I really need right now is a vacuum, please. So I can suck up all these gems. I mean, continuously killing all the enemies is also nice, but I like to be able to get the experience. I mean, this might be like the freest run that I've had in this entire DLC, depending on how this goes. Like, so far, I'm not really at any risk because, you know, the enemies just keep getting one-shotted by my glow up. But, I don't know. We shall see. Just keep them coming. Now we got a gold fever, and now we got Tarona's box. All right, this run's dunzo. I'm calling it right now. This run is over. Like, I don't think there's a way that I can lose. I'm level 64 at 5 minutes in. It's pretty over. At this point, I'm just gonna go get the item. I've never actually seen 2 Pomerolas on this stage before. That's interesting. I've seen like multiple Candelabradors and I think multiple Spinaches. I've never seen multiple Pomerolas. It's kind of cool, I guess. Anyways. Here I am, just killing more and more enemies. Dude, my build's like almost maxed out. This is kind of crazy. There we go. More mobs dead. Let's go pick up this Pomerola already. I need to start picking up some of these items, that way I can actually like evolve my weapons. And we have a lot of items to pick up and weapons to evolve. That guy's dead. Sweet. Let's go pick up the spinach first, I guess. I probably should have done that. Gone that way first, because I gotta come back to get the Metaglio, but it's fine. Uh-oh. We didn't reproc our Super Saiyan. So now we have to actually fight enemies. It's alright. These guys stand no chance. Well, I guess they kind of stand a chance. They're doing a little bit of damage to me. This would be the biggest throw of all time if I did end up losing this run, I will say. Considering how free this run is. I almost had a massive throw in the previous run when I got the Night Sword evolution. That was kind of scary. I was worried that I was going to toss another 30-minute run like I did with the bocce balls. Honestly, I probably should upgrade the Pomerola. I feel like I might need the health regeneration, although I do have like 4 revives right now, so I'm not too scared, but still. Okay, there we go. Don't need to worry about that anymore. No accidental level up through a treasure chest or anything. Oh man, I'm getting hurted. I would really appreciate a Super Saiyan moment right about now. But I guess I have to actually be strong for that to happen. Okay, that was bad. Oh, and there's a house here, I guess. It's alright, we living. We living. Barely. Barely, but we still living. And there we go. Now we really live in. I think that was the skeleton that we just killed. There's that. We'll run around, get a bunch of XP, kill a bunch of mobs. We're chilling. Another evolution, alright. Amarola upgrade, why not? Give me some sweet, sweet health regeneration. Maxed out, cool, okay. Let's go pick up the spinach. Oh shoot, I'm in the middle of a million enemies right now. My invincibility ran out right as I was in the middle of a bunch of mobs, and then skeleton one taps me. Alright, it's fine. We have 3 more revives. We're okay. Yeah. Like I said, if I do end up losing this, it would definitely be like the biggest throw of all time, so it would be pretty tragic. But I've probably thrown stronger runs, so I wouldn't be too shocked if it were to happen. Oh shoot, where am I going right now? I don't actually know. I'm getting confused. I think I'm getting confused because of the inverse map. God, look at how many enemies there are here, dude. They're murking me. Okay, well my build is maxed out, so why am I still, like, taking damage? That's what I want to know. Oh, there's a floor chicken down here. Don't mind if I do. Floor chicken almost fully healed me. What? What the heck? Why does my character only have like 117 max health? There's nothing. Alright, well, we'll hang out down here for a little bit until we can, I guess, level up more. I mean, we're already like max level, so I don't know. I've gotta go find something. I guess let's get the attract orb, then candelabra door, if possible. I think what I really need is to level up the 4 seasons into the 5 seasons. That way I can start blowing up enemies that are, you know, near me. But we'll go for the attract orb first. I think. I don't know, it's kind of hard to keep track of all the enemies. No, don't go in there. Ah, frick. Okay. I went the wrong way. In that case, I don't know what I'm gonna do. Okay, Hellfire's good. It's only 3 projectiles, dude? Really? I'm so used to having Duplicator. I guess. Okay, if I can go Super Saiyan soon, I think that'll be my cue. Once that happens, I'll go into the Oni caves. Try and loot as many things as possible. Although honestly, I think that I might not get the Stone Mask because I'm a little traumatized from when the... What was it, Muramana? No, Muramasa. Masamune? Dude, Muramana's a freaking League of Legends item, bro. I don't know what I'm talking about. Let's just move on. Okay. So we're in here. We're killing mobs. Candelabra door's over here. Got it. Oh my god, dude, these Oni might one-shot me. Was this a bad decision? Probably. Okay, we need to GTFO now. Get out as fast as possible. I can't see, though. Oh, Arcana? Okay. This is perfect. This is just what I needed. No, that's useless. Here we go. This is what I want. Okay, we lost our revive. That's okay. I think I have 2 more. Yeah. I've got 2 more revives, so it's not that big of a deal to lose 1. Okay, cool. And now we're strong. Right? So we're gonna go out and around to go pick up the attract orb. Yeah, nah, this runs over. This is an easy GG. Yeah, it's only 12.5 minutes in. It's kind of crazy, actually. Well, I think we've reached a little bit of a slower part of the run, so I'll go ahead and start up the Bants. I'm a little curious. I think I've talked about this series before. Yeah, I've talked about it in the previous episode, actually. Maybe the Ace Attorney franchise. And I was just talking about it like a little bit ago with a coworker of mine. And I was just thinking about how it's such a cool series. Like, I think they really managed to blend the storytelling and the gameplay really well together because, you know, it is a visual novel type game, but at the same time, there's like quite a significant amount of involved gameplay elements. Right? I mean, it's kind of like, I don't know, I think of it as like a mystery game, detective kind of game. It's not like necessarily crazy mystery game, but still, it does have mystery elements to it, right? You're trying to figure out the truth of the cases. I guess if you're not aware, Ace Attorney is basically a franchise about like being a defense lawyer and representing people in court, trying to make sure that they're proven innocent because they are innocent. All that shebang. It's really cool. It's obviously very like not realistic. It also kinda is more in line with like the Japanese style of court, I assume, where it's not innocent until proven guilty, like in, you know, the United States, for example. It's kind of the opposite, where you're guilty unless you're able to prove that like somebody else did it or something, I guess. Don't let me trash talk the Japanese legal system. I'm not an expert by any means. This is what I have heard through the grapevine and all that. But yeah. You know, those types of games, like Ace Attorney, Danganronpa, even Professor Layton, which is a game that I played on my stream, actually. I played the first Professor Layton game. I don't know, I just really like those, like, detective story type games. Just like the mind stuff, intellectually challenging. I know I've mentioned that before, like the intellectual stimulation. It sounds so cringy whenever I say it, but I don't know. I just like that type of game. Just having to like use my brain and think. It's fun for me, personally. You know, actually another series. My God, I could talk about this for hours on end, but another series that I was talking about with a coworker earlier today and yesterday was the Metal Gear Solid series. So I don't know how many people out there are super into it, but that franchise is crazy. I watched a video recently. I'm getting Giga Deja Vu right now. Sorry if I'm repeating myself. I know that I do it all the time, but you know, if I just said in the previous episode, then unlucky, you'll have to deal with it. But yeah, so I recently watched a video called "Is it possible to beat the entire like Metal Gear franchise before the end boss fight?" Which, I mean, I guess I might as well go and spoil it because it's kind of like a key part of the video. But in Metal Gear Solid 3, there's a boss, spoiler alert, called The End, and one of his things is that he's old, okay? So he's just like an old guy. And so there was a thing in the original game, and I think probably in like ports of the game, where if you begin the boss fight, and then 7 days after you begin the boss fight, you haven't killed him yet, like you haven't beat the boss, he will die of old age. Like just straight up, you will win the boss fight, because he will die. And so the entire video was about, you know, can they beat every single Metal Gear Solid game, plus Metal Gear, before the boss dies, so within a 1 week time frame. And it's a really cool video. I recommend you go watch it. I don't remember who the content creator was that made it, but if you just look up that title, like beat Metal Gear before the end dies, then I'm sure you'll find it. But one of the really interesting things is that it reminded me a lot of like the craziness of the series and like the story. It's just really fun to kind of like relive the story of all the games. I haven't played all of the games, but I know the story of most of them. I think the one that I was the most fuzzy on was Metal Gear Solid 4. So it was actually kind of nice to get an overview of what that game is kind of about. But yeah, really cool franchise. I played Metal Gear Solid 2 when I was a kid on PlayStation 2. And I actually eventually bought Metal Gear Solid 3 as well at one point. And I played like an okay amount of that game, but I didn't end up beating it. Honestly, it's pretty rare for me to beat games. At least it used to be. That's why I started streaming. It's like one of the big reasons of why I started streaming. Well, not really. I don't want to say that, but it's something that I hoped to improve as I streamed, was my lack of actually completing video games. So I wanted to stream and actually like hold myself accountable, and also like just be able to dedicate time to playing those games, because you know, sometimes it's one of those things where like I binge a game for super long and then I just like kind of get bored of it. And so, you know, having that time frame where it's like, this is when I'm allowed to play, this is what I have to play, you know, it definitely keeps me invested in playing it. The game that I'm playing right now, Symphony of War, is super fun. It's a tactical RPG, so think like Fire Emblem, Final Fantasy Tactics, XCOM. I guess a recent game would be like Marvel Midnight Suns. It's really fun. The big thing that's super fun about it, really, oh my god, I feel like I've talked about this before, but it's the fact that you can make a squad, right? So like you kind of have one leader of the squad, and the leader doesn't matter a ton other than like your leadership stat. Your leadership stat determines how many units you can put in that squad. Yeah, I don't know, I really like that kind of mechanic. And a game that has a somewhat similar mechanic is a game that I also played as a kid on PS1. Well, it was released for PS1, I played on PS2. And it's called Brigandine, or Brigandine, I don't know, Brigandine. And that game is sick. Oh my god, I died. What the heck? I just got one shot, or what was that? I mean, okay, I have one revive left. That was... I was not expecting to die there, I won't be honest. Or I will be honest. I won't lie. Anyways, Brigandine. Back to that game. Or Brigandine, I don't know how it's pronounced. But the whole thing with that game is that you have these rune knights, which are capable of using magic and also like controlling monsters, if that makes any sense. And so what you could do is form squads of the rune knight plus monsters, right? And if you control the monsters could like evolve, get stronger, you know, the knights could get stronger. And it was a tactical RPG. And so even though I've never really been super interested in tactical RPGs, like, I don't know, I mean, I played XCOM, It's fun. I never was super into it though. You know, I played Final Fantasy, or not Final Fantasy, Fire Emblem a little bit, like little bit. It's also fun, but again, not a game that I was like ever super invested in. But I don't know, man. Brigandine is just like a part of my childhood, and it's such a unique concept of the game. At one point in time, I kind of wanted to like make my own version of that type of game. And also at one point in time, there was like a Kickstarter for a game that was loosely based off, like inspired by it. Never came to fruition, obviously. But what did come to fruition is actually a sequel of that game. Well, there was a sequel released way back in the day on PlayStation 1 in Japan only, which I can talk about after this. But what's crazy is that you originally had this game released on PlayStation 1, you know, like 20 years ago, right? And it was never super popular. Like, it had a cult following, sure, and you can definitely find people on the internet that look fondly upon the game. But the fact that there's been no mention of anything related to the game, it wasn't ever super popular, and then they just released a sequel on the Nintendo Switch, of all things, 20 years later is like, I mean, it's a miracle. You know, and so I bought that game. It's pretty fun. Personally, I think there's more charm in the old game, but I also think that I mostly think that just because of the art style. I just love pixel art, and so the fact that they replaced the pixel art sprites with like 3D models is like a little bit sad for me, but I understand why they would do it. I mean, they want to bring the, you know, game up to modern day standards, and I think the general feel of the game is better in the newer version. I think it's like Legends of Runersia is what it's called, and the original was called Legends of Forsenna. Or like different continents, I suppose. I don't know. They're not really related aside from the like gameplay. But yeah, I don't know, man. That game is just so fun. I love it. I love the OG. The new game's fun as well. But anyways, I'll go and talk about the other sequel that I was mentioning earlier, and then, I don't know, maybe I'll go back to my original point, which I don't know what my original point was. But anyways, they did actually release a sequel for the original game, Legend of Forsenna. It was Japan only, and it was just Brigandine Legend of Forsenna Grand Edition. And in that game, they added like a final boss. They also added like anime cutscenes at some points, which was really cool. That's also something that is lacking from the new game. There's like not really any animated cutscenes at all. It's only like spoken cutscenes, kind of like you would see in like a visual novel, which is fine, but it definitely feels like it misses out on a little bit of the charm of the OG game. So yeah, another reason why I kind of like the Grand Edition a little bit more. Not that I owned the Grand Edition. I ended up downloading it way later in life when I discovered that it existed. But yeah. Anyways, all that was being said, just to mention that I like Symphony of War, and I'm streaming it, and it's fun. And I don't really think that it's ever a game that I would have even tried if I wasn't streaming, honestly. Like, the fact that I am streaming has caused me to think a lot more about trying different games and, like, you know, buying games and playing them and all that. And so it's definitely been fun. I mean, honestly, even like, you know, a similar thing could be said about just, you know, me making these YouTube videos as well. Like, you know, Vampire Survivors, I probably would have played it, but I wouldn't have played it to this extent. You know, right now I'm also playing Slay the Spire. I probably wouldn't have played Slay the Spire as much as I am now. There's also a couple other games that are on my radar in the future that I could make videos on. Probably wouldn't have played those if I wasn't making YouTube videos. And so, definitely like the whole content creation thing has for sure broadened my horizons in both video gaming and just in general. And so, it's been a great time. I don't know. That's all I had to say on that. A nice little wholesome end to the rant and tangent. In the meantime, we are at 26 minutes almost, and I'm trying to get to this Metaglio left, to be honest, so I can get a little bit more health and regen. Because I'm kind of scared, low-key, about what'll happen whenever it reaches 28 minutes. We're also going to go up against the Dragon, who is, you know, always insanely tanky. So we'll see what happens with him if we can deal. Okay, well, there you go. Just go Super Saiyan at 26 minutes. I'm only, you know, slightly concerned about the fact that we went Super Saiyan now instead of at 28 minutes because, you know, who knows if we're gonna be able to survive the enemies at that point. But it's fine. We'll just chill. I mean, look how many fireballs we have on screen, dude. Jesus. It's crazy. I can't even see the sides either. The death spiral. It's pretty wild. Yeah, I was about to say, I'm honestly surprised that the dragon has survived this long. Like, I know it's inverse mode with curse, but bro, like, you've been sitting in our labor for the past 2 minutes, pretty much. How are you alive still? Die? Kid? Die? Huh? Okay, there we go. Is this a candy box? Oh, it's Metaglio. I forgot we had to level that thing up. Alright. I think we're maxed out again, so next level should be a limit break. And we do have 1 revive left. We have, like, how much armor do we have? We have 11 armor? My god. We also apparently have minus 55% cooldown reduction, which is absurd to me. So we're definitely in a good spot to survive. We also just hit 100,000 kills, which also is kind of surprising to me. I was expecting to hit it way earlier, but I guess as the enemies got tankier, it was harder to get some kills. So I'm glad we were able to hit that. It means that our next, or not necessarily our next run, but in the future, we should be able to play the new character that we unlocked. Super Menya Moonspell. The new Super Mario Bros. Ripoff. Speaking of Super Mario Bros. What about that movie, huh? I don't know if it's out yet. Probably not, right? Because I haven't really heard people talk about it. I don't really, like, necessarily plan to watch it, but my boss kind of mentioned it today. I don't know. I don't know why. It was just, I think because he was talking about, like, the D&D movie as well. He was like, man, I'm going to go watch the D&D movie this weekend. And we're going to go watch the Super Mario movie? I'm like, what? No. I don't want to watch either of those movies, to be honest. I don't know a ton about the D&D movie, but I don't know. I mean, I'm sure it's probably cool for some people. They're like, dude, that's like my favorite class, my favorite spell, and like my favorite monster, but it's just kind of weird to make a D&D movie. You know, it kind of feels like Ready Player One bait, where it's just like nostalgia is like the main appeal of it. Because I mean, you know, the big thing with D&D is like the fact that you can make like any story that you want, right? Or at least I feel like that's basically the main appeal of D&D. It's like, you know, it's a role-play fantasy game. Or it doesn't have to be fantasy, I guess, but D&D typically is. Other tabletops don't have to be. Anyways, I don't know. It's kind of a weird concept, but I guess I'm just not the target audience, which is fine. The Mario movie, on the other hand, that does seem like something that could be fun to watch, but I'm too lazy to go watch movies, to be honest. Like, I don't know when the last time I saw a movie in the theater was. It probably wasn't that long ago, but it's pretty rare. Like, the only times that I've gone is because, like, family members were like, hey, you want to go watch a movie? I'm like, yeah, I guess. You can go. Get a free ticket, free popcorn. Don't mind if I do. I never got free candy, unfortunately, but anyways. That was enough ranting and tangenting for one episode. I reached level 188. That's pretty crazy, in my opinion. And we just barely got over 100,000. 106,000. I mean, we were actually cutting it pretty close, I won't lie. But, wow, Godai Shuffle did the most DPS? That surprises me. You know what I forgot? Spellbinder actually increases Godai Shuffle's damage, doesn't it? Okay. That's kind of cool. I wasn't expecting to do the most damage with Godai Shuffle, but hey, there you go. The boar I thought would put in work, apparently not. Anyways, that'll be it for me for this episode. Hope you all enjoyed. Hope you all have a good day, good night, whenever, wherever you are in the world. And I hope to see you next time where we're going to try to get some more dubs. We're getting close to the end of the series, honestly. I'm not 100% what I want to do whenever I finish, but that's a conversation for another time. Until then, hope to see you next time. I'm out of here. Peace.